guys, we are starting a new story this week. We are on page 51 in your books. This story is called What Can You Do? And today, instead of going on a picture walk like we normally do when we get a new story, I am going to show you guys some of the words that are in this story that are a little bit more difficult. And that way, when you get to those words, you know what they are, all right? So one of our words is different, different. Go ahead and say that. Another word is near, near. Go ahead and say that. Another one is enough. Isn't that a funny word? It sounds like it would end with an F, enough, but it ends with a GH. So go ahead and say that, enough. Stories. Go ahead and say that, stories. High. Go ahead and say it, high. So this is like high up, okay? Always. Go ahead and say that, always. Once. Go ahead and say it, once. You've probably seen this word before. A lot of fairy tales start with that. So if you've read any, you've probably read once upon a time. So that's once. And happy. Go ahead and say that. Happy. You may have already known that one, but that's okay. It can't hurt to review. All right, so now let's take a look at this cover page at least. What kinds of things do you see kids doing? Let's start at the top left. I see a boy playing chess. There's a girl playing violin. I see a boy playing baseball. Go down to the bottom, it looks like there's a boy singing into a microphone. Maybe he's not singing, maybe he's talking, I don't know. There's a girl dancing. And the other picture got cut off, but it looks like she's painting. I don't know if it's cut off in your book, but it is in mine. All right, now let's go ahead and read about the author and photographer. So this book, this story, it doesn't have an illustrator because none of the pictures were drawn or painted. They were taken with a camera. So there's a photographer. A photographer is someone who takes photos. So let's read about her. Shelley Rotner. Shelley Rotner is both an author and an award-winning photographer. She has taken photographs of children from around the world. And now there's a second author for this book. It's Sheila M. Kelly. What a team! Together, Sheila M. Kelly and Shelley Rotner have written about moms, dads, and grandparents. In this book, the two authors show that everyone has talents. And we talked about that this year, right? About how everyone is good at something. There are some things that we all struggle with, and there are some things that we all are good at, right? So we each have our things that God gave us. So let's go ahead and turn and start. We'll read together, okay? So follow along while I read. I know a boy who can draw very well and a girl who can climb very high. We are all good at doing something. We're always learning new things as we get older. I like to swim and learned how to float. I had to practice. Once I learned, I felt like I could float for hours. My little brother is better on skis. He can ski much faster than I can. We're happy when we do something well, whatever that might be. Reading is easy for me, but math is much harder. I'd like to be better at math, though. I can't read very well yet. I wish I could. It can take a long time to be good at something. If we practice, things get easier and easier to do. Marie knows how to spell, and Jill prints well. Jean is really good at anything that has to do with computers. I haven't discovered what I'm good at yet. Nathan writes funny stories about science. Some of the funniest ones are about a baby robot. Beth likes to build. The biggest tower she ever built was taller than she is. I made the soccer team this year. I hope I play well enough to score a goal. I see lots of things in the park. I look near and far. Things look much closer through my binoculars. We all like to do what we do best. When things are hard, we need help to learn. We might say, I don't get it. We're good at different things. I feed the baby myself now. When she gets bigger, she will not need help. I can fix my brother's wagon. I'm younger than my brother, but I'm good at fixing things. I got my training wheels off earlier than I thought I would. I felt very proud. The kids made me captain of our team. That was one of the happiest days of my life. We have schoolwork, acting, singing, dancing, playing games, or sports. We all have something we do well. What can you do? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope it helped you to get some perspective on like, oh, I am good at that. Oh, I'm good at that. Because sometimes I feel like when people ask me, oh, what are you good at? Like, well, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to think about it, right? But I think this story does a good job of listing out tons of different things that you might be good at too, but maybe you didn't even realize. So we're gonna read this story a couple times this week. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.